Unfiltered Gems podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, do we have a show for you today? My name is Malcolm Alexander.
Gonna lead us in like we at the circus.
Son, you know what I'm saying? Because this is gonna be look. I'm already like me and producer Sarah are already going at it. So I'm just done. You've been popping off, and when all I'm trying to do is drive this. You have, man. What did Obama say? Folks would pop off. You've been popping off. You know what I'm saying?
Well, speaking of Obama, what did Michelle say? When they go low, we'll go high. So this is what I have to deal with on a week-to-week basis, everyone. So I'm glad you're getting a sneak peek of my life on a day-to-day basis.
No, not at all. No, this is what I have to deal with. You guys, it's fine. It's fine. Thank y'all so much. It's episode 4. Hale, how was your weekend and also your Monday? Because we're recording at a new time.
Yeah,
that's kind of exciting.
My weekend was trash. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I've
been trying to get over a cold. I've been trying to get over a cold all week. So this is the best I felt since probably about last Tuesday or Wednesday. So I just rested all weekend, man. A lot of tea, a lot of medicine, a lot of rest. I've been binge watching the Boondocks. So that's been keeping me up.
Aaron McGruder's clairvoyant ass. I just feel like everything that has happened in the Boondocks, that happened in the Boondocks, has played out in real life as such.
Lots of stuff.
Right?
So
shout out to Aaron McGruder. He did when I was living in Arizona, he did like a Q&A at not at Gamage, or it was at
it was something at ASU, right?
Tempe Lake. It was Tempe Town Lake theater.
Something like
theater
that.
there.
Yeah, I know what
man,
you're
really
talking about.
dope. So I'm ready to get this show started.
How was your weekend though?
My weekend was awesome. What did I do this weekend? I'm gonna pull the calendar up right in front of me because I really don't remember. I had a wedding yesterday. That was cool. On Saturday. Oh my God. You know what? You like just doing like grown folk things. You know what I'm saying? So it was dope. I did dinner with a friend. And we hadn't caught up in a while. And it's just like, I love when you can be grown and be like, hey, hold up, I'm gonna bring some groceries over to your place. And we just gonna cook, you know what I'm saying? And he's
nice.
Got the air fryer, dog. So like we can make some Brussels in the air fryer. It's like, well, I ain't never made no Brussels in an air fryer before.
Me either.
And
I said neither have I.
Yo, and they came out like popping. I'm used to making Brussels like stove in the oven,
right.
and they'll come out fire. Don't get me wrong, but like he did that shit in like 12 minutes. And I was like, what kind of convenient witchcraft is this? It was amazing. So I am now looking for an air fryer. To the listeners that know the best air fryers, let me know. Holler at me at Malcolm Alex NDR. Let me know about those air fryers because that's the life I'm about right now. You can also follow us everywhere at Unfiltered Gems Podcast. Make sure that you leave a review on Apple. Give us a rating, all that stuff, because man, we are scaling, we growing, and I am so hyped and appreciate y'all for listening. Hell, you ready to start this show?
Yeah, so ready.
That was good. Well, in a wild turn of events, social media apps, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, all owned by the Facebook company, all Mark Zuckerberg, of course, all throughout today, as of the time that we're recording, have been down. Apparently, they're now back.
Yeah.
Are they? Can I even navigate there at the moment?
About an hour or so, maybe an hour or two since we started recording.
Oh, it's big. It's big.
Yeah, so they're all back now.
Well,
they were down for a while.
They were down for the whole day. And my question, when the apps go down, do you think people got out more? Do you think it might have helped mental health? Is there going to be a correlation that comes out later on saying like, man, on the one Monday, October 4th, people are just a little bit happier because when they have the the inclination, the I saw people on Twitter today, that one of the only apps working, and I love me some Twitter, I really do.
Same.
People were talking about like, oh man, the habit, right? That physical tick just to like always want to
just go into that same icon
and go right to the same way, right?
Yep.
Do you think people put the phone down today a little bit?
I don't, and I think it's multiple reasons why. Obviously, it's the start of a work week. So that's something that we got to keep in mind. So
yeah,
I don't think people really got outside. And our producer Sarah brought up a good point. I think they just went to a different app. Like you said, Twitter was the only app on for most of the day. Not maybe like the only app, but
TikTok,
social media, the biggest known social media app.
TikTok is bigger than Twitter.
True, I forgot about TikTok.
And TikTok was popping.
You know what I'm probably saying? Those two.
Yeah,
people just probably navigated to a different app. To be honest.
Yeah, man. The freaks probably went back to Tumblr.
I saw somebody on Instagram post that we just go through a social media quarantine. I said I don't think that's what. I
You know
don't
what?
think
But
that's
it's healthy,
exactly.
man. Like I
It
know for
is
me,
definitely
I,
healthy.
I definitely do social media sabbaticals. I'm due
Same.
for one right about now.
Hmm.
However, I will say, as y'all know from the last episode, I was gone for a week, and yeah, because of just I'm in the
Right.
mountains, there was no service, and so it's like it's sometimes great to open up an app and nothing load, and you're like, oh, you know what? I don't need the connection right now. I'll take it this way.
Yeah.
So yeah, super, 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 super. Well, it's super non-coincidental, actually, because just last night on 60 Minutes, a woman by the name of Frances Haugen says in her time with Facebook, she saw conflicts of interest between what was good for the public and what was good for Facebook, right? This is in relation to the fact that she says back in 2018 or 2019, when Facebook and Instagram were updating their new algorithm rules and rights and details, they were saying that Facebook was becoming a more divisive place because of the algorithms that were put in place. It actually did not do what it was supposed to do in regards to curbing hate speech and misinformation and
Hmm.
violence. Hell, what do you feel about this?
I mean, I feel like she's right on the money, and I hope somebody. I hope Francis has hired some of the best security out there because there's going to definitely be a target out for her.
Woo! How you gonna speak that on her? Just I
I'm not
know.
gonna speak on her, but I mean, let's just be realistic. These people don't
Yo,
want that information out there.
they really
I mean, come
don't.
on now.
But like when
I
you
mean,
when you can really consider it, like, did you really ever think that we would come to a day that the one thing that was supposed to bring us together is actually probably one of the most divisive tools? I mean, considering not just the
hmm
fact that during COVID, during the Trump era, like misinformation ran rampant, hate speech ran rampant on there, and from all sides. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Just from all sides. I'm not saying that there's any one side that's wrong for hate speech or violence or anything, right? Or misinformation. But then you also have the fact that Instagram and Facebook just stopped development on their For Children app, right? Considering the
hmm
fact that so many teenagers have
Committed suicide and all that.
have experienced worse mental health, right?
Right.
Yes, The Social Dilemma on Netflix. There was
Yep.
another this is our producer, HBO. They had a really cool influencer documentary that I watched as well, and it's just like there's also the mental health aspect, and I think that maybe that's why for the top of the conversation I was talking about, do you think people got outside today? Was
Yeah.
there did people's mental health improve just a little bit today? Maybe I'm not
I mean,
sure.
I hope so. I really, really hope so. I definitely saw the reality of what social media could do
Yeah.
outside of what it was created to do. Because I feel like it was created to kind of, like you said, bring people together, help people to kind of
Hmm.
connect all over the world or whatnot. But especially like you mentioned, through the Trump era, through the last election that we saw a bunch of hate speech, a bunch of misinformation, a bunch of division and discord throughout
Hmm.
social media mainly. You know what I mean? I don't know how many people I saw argue on social media and then go the next day and then want to post a post about, God loves everyone and all this. You know what I mean? You can't. That's an oxymoron, bro. Pick
Well,
one or the other. Pick one or the other.
well, and
So,
considering it's like what Twitter in the inception for what Twitter was for, same as Instagram, same as Facebook, for all of these, right? As far as to connect a world, I think when special interests get involved, right?
hmm
Business, government. When government gets involved as a way to sway special interests and sway opinion, same as when advertisers get in as well, right? Super Bowl is just as much about the advertisements as it is about the actual game, right?
yep,
Even the
100%.
halftime show in itself, and that might be some of a segue for what's going to come. But I think when you have big business and big government come into social media, this
hmm
is what you get right here. And I think
Yep,
that's what took us further away from actually the mission of social media for spreading information, proper information, firsthand account information,
yep,
or just sharing and connecting with your family and friends all around the world. And that's what turned it into a place that right now it's just, a cesspool, if you will. But
that's true.
shout out to the people that make money on Instagram. I really hope that y'all did okay today, whether you're selling products, doing services. I saw a lot of artists posting about, oh man, we were going to make an announcement today, but because
Yeah,
Instagram is down, I can't make an announcement about album, mixtape, whatever that is. So I do want to show a little bit of love to people that do depend on social media for their money. Even for
facts.
us here in our reach, we do
Right.
depend on it.
Definitely, yeah. And you just kind of hit the nail on the head for our next topic, talking about Super Bowl and the halftime show, how they make money.
Yeah.
The halftime show is huge every year. Some of the best performances that personally I've seen have been on some halftime shows that I can think of. I'm just thinking of a few. But speaking of the halftime show, they announced who will be the 2022 halftime show performers for this Super Bowl. and Michael
man.
doesn't seem as excited as I am.
Oh,
I'm really excited. Dre Day is here, everyone. Dr. Dre, Eminem,
yeah.
Snoop, D.O. Double G, and then we've got the beautiful Mary J. Blige, and then one of my
Yeah,
favorite
man.
rappers of all time, K. Dot. So a nice group of 5 amazing artists coming together. And I know, Malcolm, you said that you had a hot take for us that you wanted to lead in. So
I
before
didn't
I
say
get
that.
too excited, yeah, you did.
Oh my
Don't
god.
lie
No,
to the
I mean,
people.
no.
Don't lie to the people.
No, I'm not. I'm not. No, hell. I want to know how excited are you about this? I mean, this is really dope. Like,
it's super dope, man.
this is incredible. And who doesn't love the Super Bowl?
Yeah, exactly.
Who
I love
doesn't?
the Super Bowl.
You most years, you already know I could care less about the game.
Yeah, I know you do.
But you know, I always love a good halftime show.
Exactly. And to be honest, because before last year was The Weeknd. I can't think of who was the halftime show before that. Right off the
Was
top
it
of my
not
head,
Maroon 5 the year before that?
Oh, maybe it was.
I think it might have been.
And then they had the one where they had a group of different people coming out or something like that, right?
I don't remember the show.
Came out for a second or something. I don't remember.
Coldplay. No, Justin Timberlake was the year before that. Then it was Coldplay. Coldplay brought out Beyonce and Bruno. And then before that, it was like Bruno. But the year before that, it was Beyonce. Lady Gaga. I'm sorry, Lady Gaga was in between.
Yeah, Lady Gaga was somewhere in there. Yeah,
right. We watched the Lady Gaga Super Bowl together. I remember that one because you know sisters were like, "Why is this motherfucker so hyped about Gaga?" And I'm like, "It's obviously Gaga is one of the best pop stars of our time."
You're so hilarious.
I'm not even being funny. I love that you laughing at me here. I
didn't care for that halftime show. And now that I think about it, I haven't cared for a few halftime shows in the last few years. Back to Beyonce. I loved Beyonce's. I really like Bruno Mars. Justin Timberlake's was good.
No, it wasn't.
But I'm excited for this one, man.
Justin's was whack. Sorry.
Like Justin?
I thought his was okay.
Maybe I just like Justin personally. But they didn't. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Just bringing him back for Super Bowl before you brought back Janet. It just with Janet is even a better performer. Like got better. Like it's just it's the misogyny for me. It's the sexism for me. It's the hypocrisy for me. And also, last time I checked, in particular to the halftime show and the NFL, I don't know what the NFL has done outside of really, really, really good branding because the NFL's marketers are just like it's stupendous.
Yeah, they are top notch.
What happened to us protesting the Super Bowl or protesting NFL? Let alone what happened to the mission of reasons as to why Kaepernick knelt? And I think that's one reason. And then like Jay-Z gets involved, right? And I remember the whole clip that goes viral. And I watched the whole press conference and I thought it was cool. It's like, I don't know, Jay-Z's turning into like what would Ja do? Like a black capitalist doesn't need input into like everything happening, right? But then you also understand the influence that Jay-Z has in the culture and that his voice does matter, right? So use it wisely.
Yeah, and I think Jay-Z is huge, and even Dr. Dre mentioned this in an interview last week. Jay-Z is one of the main reasons that he's doing the halftime show. So like this is one of the first first Super Bowls in LA in whoever knows how many years.
Yeah.
And LA has a brand new stadium now.
Hello.
And they're bringing in not only some amazing artists, but some old school amazing black artists. That's what I love. I mean, I feel like black culture is truly going to shine on that Super Bowl Sunday. Obviously, because the NFL is dominated by African Americans, but then we've got the halftime shows that's going to be dominated by African Americans and our brother Eminem as well. And so
our brother from another
brother
skin color.
Is he still our brother? Is he really a brother? I don't know. I don't know. But I do like Eminem. He's cool, I guess. I'm
gonna be that guy and be like, yeah, I love Marshall Mathers. Don't know about Eminem. But look, here's what I would say to that. What did Jay-Z say? And what has changed? I want to know as far as the organization and when it comes to why the NFL was in hot water in the first place. And I remember during that press conference when Jay-Z joins the board, he says we've gotten past kneeling. So my question, and maybe just from someone who wants just to see the transparent accountability, what changed? So naturally, you're going to cough out tons of money for the show. Great. All right, you know what I'm saying? You already know, Dre and everyone, they're probably going to put up a lot of their money, as a lot of performers do for the Super Bowl, right? Just for the spectacle, new stadium, in Inglewood, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be nuts, right? What the hell changed between Jay-Z stepping in some consultative measure or capacity to now? And that's what I really want to know. And not even from this is really not trying to be a hot take. Like, I'm probably going to be one of the millions and billions of people that's going to watch. I'm not saying that I'm not.
Right.
What has changed other than a black capitalist ensuring that more black capitalists get more money?
Yeah, I mean, I don't honestly. I can't tell you what has necessarily changed. I don't
Yeah.
think it was ever a big protest per se for people protesting the Super Bowl. I don't think
Rihanna
ever.
protested it.
Yeah, Rihanna protested it, but that was it. That was it.
You know what's so funny? There was actually a lot of others who did, and I'm not even gonna say their names because I love them dearly. I think what it is that you're just not a big enough name that would even get pegged for the Super Bowl in the
Oh,
first
okay,
place.
okay, fine.
So
Okay, so Rihanna was the biggest one
I would say Rihanna
of the
might be
bunch.
some of the biggest ones. There was
Okay,
plenty of people saying like, "Oh, I wouldn't do it," but it's also like,
got you. Some
wouldn't
people
even hit
that
the
may have
level
never
yet
even
that
gotten asked. Yeah, exactly.
you probably wouldn't even got the guy, and not because you're not a good artist, I
Right,
like
but
you,
just
but
not
you're
big enough
just
for the
not
Super Bowl.
big enough
Yeah.
for the Super Bowl. Okay,
Right.
so
Right.
what to me, I just want to know what changed because again, I saw.
I
Some of those
honestly think it was
PSAs.
Jay-Z, and I said this to you when we talked about this last week. When we talked, like
So
I
what did
think
he
it's Jay-Z,
do?
bro. I honestly think that Jay-Z coming in, being one of the biggest black faces in our
And pretty
world
much
today.
just saying, "Hey, forget everything that the NFL has done in the
I'm
past."
not saying that he said, "Hey,
Like,
no."
what did he
I don't think
do?
that's true. I don't think that's true. The NFL still gives money, and I'm not saying this is enough, but they have given a lot more money to um, black causes and black organizations and things like that. And they, they try to, what's the word I'm looking for, promote um, what's going on in anti-racism and all that good stuff and police brutality and all that stuff that they still do. Like they still have um, messaging on their helmets and on their jerseys and on the field and stuff like that. But I don't think that it was ever going to be to a point where people were truly going to protest the Super Bowl. It's just too
Well,
big. It's too much money coming in. And especially once Jay-Z stepped in as, like I said, one of the biggest black faces out there and said that he was going to partner with them and try to make this thing move in the right direction, then I think that's what happened. I don't think Dr. Dre does it if there's no Jay-Z that stepped in. If
I
Jay-Z
get
doesn't
it.
step in, I don't
I
think
get
there's
it. Right. What happened? I think all it is. I mean, money to performers in the Super Bowl was never the issue. And
Yeah,
I think that's my
true.
thing. Money to the performers was never the issue. The NFL being under fire for the past 5 years, it was not because you're not paying enough money to black artists or you're not putting enough black artists on your platform. That was never the issue, right? We all know what the original issue is, and I want to know outside of some messaging, some stickers. What did we do
Some
for
stickers.
some stickers, bro? Y'all put some stickers on the helmet. Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
That Black Lives Matter. It's beyond a movement now. It's a postcard. It's a fucking bumper sticker that derails from the actual work that people are doing for black equity and black liberation. And I want to know, what have you done to assure that there's black equity, financial literacy for these players, for their families? Like, what's really happening in these players' communities? And it's going to be far beyond the player. I can't look at every player and say, well, what are you doing for the, right? Some players, man, I want to get this money, I want to take care of my family, and I want to make my check and leave. And I completely understand that as well. It's not going to be on the players, right? But it's the institution, right? The NFL in itself is one of the closest things that we have to a very tongue-in-cheek idea of a slave cropping system. Old white men looking at black men and saying, I want that one because he's the strongest, he's the fastest, right? We recruit you, right? And so sure, the difference now with slavery is like, oh, right, great, like I'm you're not working for free. But what incentive do you have to help your community? And then as an organization, what responsibility do you have to helping communities, right? Especially when the equity here only makes more white men money, more white capitalist money. And quite frankly, in this instance, more black capitalist money. And I don't think that black capitalists are going to be the one solution to liberation for black people and equity for black people in this country. And I'm also not making this a point to come at Jay-Z and say that he's not doing enough, right? We are so beyond that argument of like who's doing enough and who's not doing enough, right? But I just want to know, what did Jay say? And this is going to be the hypothetical. We can wrap from here, but I just want to know what changed. It's like we can get all hype, and it's like I just feel like each year the NFL is going to keep putting a larger artist on its platform to make us forget. Once again,
and I don't look at it. I don't look at it like that, because at the end of the day, what do we expect the NFL to do? Like for me, I don't look to the NFL to
do a
be
damn thing.
I don't look to them to be the force in black movements or the force for civil rights or anything like that. Because I know that what you said, they're I don't know, I forget how you put it, like a slave crabbing organization or whatnot. Like, I get that, but I do feel like that it has progressed over these last few years since Kaepernick's um, stance that he took, and then with Jay-Z coming out and stuff like that, I think they have progressed in the right way. And a lot of black players and former black players that have left the NFL have talked about this and how the commissioner has made some strides to kind of shift the owner's thinking and things like that. I don't think that it will ever change. Like you said, it's old white men, and how hard is it to change an old white man's mind? We've seen that in Texas and tons of other places. So I don't think that's ever going to change, but I just don't think we're going to see people protesting the Super Bowl or anything like that anymore. Like,
no, I don't think it's gonna happen. Especially, and again, the Super Bowl is not the issue here, right? I think it's the organization as a whole, right? It's just, again, to me, this is just your typical example of like, yeah, there's issues here, but more money, more performers, more lights, cameras flashing, boom, bang, to actually cover up from the real work that has to be done. And I just want to know what that is. We're gonna take a break. More Unfiltered Gems after that.
Do you like incredible musical performances and engaging conversations? Well, we've got both of those things for you right here at Mental Notes Live, the talk show focused on giving you tools to grow your faith, mindset, and progress. Hosted by yours truly, Ryan Hale. Be sure to follow us everywhere on any social media platform at Mental Notes Live, and go catch up on all of our previous episodes by visiting mentalnoteslive.com.
All right, Unfiltered Gems, we are back. Hale. White women be white women again, and I love it.
They gonna do what they gonna do.
They gonna do what they do, baby. You see what happened with Denzel and Ellen?
Denzel and Ellen DeGeneres?
Ellen Pompeo.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about the real Ellen.
Bro, do you know who Ellen Pompeo? Do you know who the real
I thought
Ellen
you
is?
talking about the real Ellen. I don't know
the real
Ellen Pompeo. Who is this? Who is this woman you speak of?
Who is this white woman? Who is this Ellen?
Who is this white woman you speak of?
No, shut your ass up, bro. Ellen Pompeo of Grey's Anatomy, like the big star of Grey's Anatomy. She has 1,000,001 other credits. I mean, Ellen Pompeo is like a massive name in Hollywood, right?
Yeah, I've heard of her.
And we heard about, I don't know. I mean, at this point, it's an old story. I'm sure y'all heard about what happened last week. She was in an interview, tells the reporter that her and Denzel got into it when Denzel was directing an episode of Grey's Anatomy a few years back. I guess they got into a scuffle in which the actors were doing some improv, and then Denzel said, "Hey, look, this is my show." You know what I'm saying? Like, as a director in Hollywood, when you're in the director's seat, it is your show.
That's true,
for all intents and purposes. And I guess Ellen like got up in his face and was, was saying like, no, but I run things. This is my show.
You don't even know where the bathroom is and all this stuff. And you know what I thought about, Malcolm? I'm sorry to cut you off, but the people probably know the story. You know what I thought about? You know what came to mind?
Oh no, what came to mind?
This ain't the first time we've heard, like you said, white women just say some ignorant stuff too.
No.
And they done talk to Denzel now, a black legend. And all I could think of was one of my favorite movies, Color Purple, what Celie said, "Until you do right by me, everything you touch is gonna fail. Everything you touch is gonna crumble until you do right by me."
No,
how dare her?
Look, no. Now here, there's context, right? I can understand maybe a passionate disagreement in an environment, in the workplace, in this context, right? I think it's like, what was behind Ellen feeling like she could speak to the Denzel Washington?
Not only did she speak crazy to the man, she then says that she tells his wife, who was visiting the set that day, that, yeah, I'm mad at him. I'm not looking at him for the rest of the day. He yelled at me and all this stuff. What?
So again, what makes you think, and not to say that, like, to be honest, right, Denzel is a human being, right? Like,
right, he is.
He shit, pisses, and shaves like the rest of us, right? Like, so if I were to meet him, I'm only imagining that I would approach him just like, "Hey, you just another man." But then I'd also be like, You are
Denzel.
You are Denzel Washington." Right?
Man.
So like you know, like, in But again, what makes you think that you can say anything that you want? And I think like most times, especially in regards to Ellen Pompeo, right? It's your proximity to blackness that gives you license, or so you think, to say whatever the hell you want, right? I think about maybe around a similar time or a couple years back, she's on The View and she was talking about
I was just about to say.
same as Bill Maher when we covered that on episode 1. There's a throwback. Go listen to it.
I'm still sick of Bill.
She said a very, very similar thing.
Closer to anything. I do think, there once was a time we needed NAACP awards, and I'm not trying to devalue those at all, and it's not my experience, but I just feel like we have to have a people awards. We have to, the black colleges and white colleges, and unfortunately,
we still need them. We
I know, but we need to get to a place where we don't.
Thank God for Cher Shepherd, who says no, but we need them.
For Cher. Thank you.
And so of course, then you start diving in. You're like, okay, so when white women start white womening, what kind of white women are you, right? And again, they're not monolithic. We know that, right? But it's the white woman with the black husband. It's the white woman who has probably had black friends her whole life, right? Right. What was the video I sent you when she was over here talking? She was rhyming the Jay-Z.
Oh yeah, something about Jigga and
yeah. Well, but you know how the line goes, Jigga, that, like,
yeah.
So it was her fixing to say the N-word, and she, she's playing with it. She's dancing around the line because of your proximity to blackness. You think because you have a black husband, or I have a black friend, I can say these things. And honey, that's never what it means. And it's never what it means. And you know what? Like I said, I can almost forgive the set scuffle, because it's just like people get into it on sets all the time. I've been on enough sets, dude. I be seeing people just get into it all the time, and I'm like, if you were Denzel Washington, it'd be news, but y'all are nobodies. Y'all are just a director and a producer, and y'all just getting into it. And then I see y'all in Crafty a minute later having a sandwich, like, hey man, all right, cool, right? It's just because it's two big names. But again, Ellen Pompeo is a certain brand of white woman who has
and I was about to say, this isn't the first crazy thing that she's done, and even the gall or the boldness to even bring this up, like people would have never even known about this, because Denzel, he's never spoke about it. He probably would have never spoke on it, but just the gall to bring this up, like to show you like that I'm that woman, like I'm some big bad person, like I run this or whatever. No. I just think it's like you said. I think it's more on that privilege, and like you said, it being in proximity of where she's at. But like I said, this isn't the first thing that she's talked on. I know we got to wrap up, but we could go a few minutes longer on all the crazy stuff that Ellen Pompeo has said.
There's a list. There's a list.
The black community.
There's quite a list, man. Man, even the other day, dude, she popped up. I mean, she's a huge advocate for reverse racism, because she's called a white bitch all the time, and she says it hurts just the same as if a black person heard a slur, right? It's a certain brand, and it checks out. Your proximity thinks that you're absolved of the criticism, but you're not, hun.
That's why I said I only recognize the real Ellen.
Was just as toxic.
I don't know who this woman is. She is. I'm just clowning.
Look, it's a look.
Let's move on.
Sound the alarm. Moving on. To again, someone who was offering commentary.
We're moving on to another very toxic.
Because again, ain't nobody asked for the information that you gave us.
Yeah,
we're talking, of course, about the royal family. Abolish the red table. Is that how I feel?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think you want the whole red table. You like Willow. You like Mama Pinkett.
I love Graham. Grams. Yeah. I love her. I really do. She's great. And again with the Will and Jada, there's this thing. Look, by now we already know. There's the whole article. Will Smith opens up about the open relationship. And again, that's old news. We know y'all been in an open relationship.
Right.
We know that y'all are Hollywood elites who are probably into some weird, freaky, naughty stuff, and that's cool. And whatever you had to do to keep things new and fresh and cool and righteous with y'all is y'all business. It ain't nobody ask is one thing, and I think it's since sent Twitter and socials and everyone once again into a tizzy. And I think we get into the place where we're comparing everyone's relationship, comparing lives, and well, can you believe this? Can you just? It's like you put it out there because clearly you want it to be judged. And I think Will thinks he's doing something righteous by like sharing and being so transparent with it.
Post entanglement.
Is it the post entanglement glow?
I that's the only thing I can think of, because I'm with you. I didn't understand why Will would, bring this up again or bring this back to light after we had just got done, because Will was getting killed for a while on social media off that. So I didn't understand why he would bring that back up. But he mentioned in the GQ article, marriage shouldn't feel like a prison, and why they do what they
and
do. And
again,
all
but
this stuff.
whoever said that marriage was a prison? I mean, and we're speaking as two unmarried men, but I think it's just, again, it's like you're telling your opinion of marriage within the question or within the statement.
I was about to say, sometimes when people speak, they are just projecting their opinions and their feelings onto,
so
answering
again,
a question.
They're just, what kind of accountability? So clearly you were in a space where marriage felt like a jail.
Mm-hmm.
And so you had to do what you did with your relationship. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I just think it begs the question, right? Like, is monogamy a prison? Are people like, is that why people are relating to this story?
I mean, to answer the question, no, monogamy is not a prison to me. Like you mentioned earlier, obviously we're not married. So. Yeah, we're not married, but we've been in multiple monogamous relationships throughout our lives.
Yeah.
And it's never felt like a prison. And to answer that question. So no, I wouldn't say it's prison, but I do think that people do relate to it today, because that is sadly, that's just the society that we live in today, bro. Like, nobody wants to be committed to anything, if we're being realistic. And relationship first and foremost. Like, people don't value committed relationships like maybe they did when we were growing up. You get what I'm saying? Like, we're seeing that's why the divorce rate is so high, I believe, is because instead of trying to work through a marriage issue, we try to pull a Will and Jada and go get into entanglements and open relationships and stuff like that. And because we're feeling like we're locked up instead of going to get the keys to unlock yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be this quote unquote prison. Everybody needs help. Every relationship takes work. That's why it's so important for therapy in any type of relationship, because that can help you grow and see yourself in a different way and challenge your perspective and things like that. And we talked about this before. Like, people grow. Like, you're not going to be the same person once you get into a relationship that you are, 5-10 years from
not at all
from there. So if it feels like a prison, then obviously something's going wrong, but that doesn't mean that you have to look outside of monogamy.
Not at all. And everything is solving communication. Like, this is not the dating advice show. I think it's just when it comes to public relationships, and maybe that's also what we're seeing here, right? Is like, how do you thread the line with having a public relationship? I feel like that's very, very, very hard. Even for people that aren't celebrities, I think that there's just this expectation to share so much of our lives right now. And Will's even opened up about that, just where he, in the 90s, you could be this mega star, and there was the allure of who is this star that we don't have access to, right? And then things change, right? Things change into social media and needing the vulnerability, people wanting to be out there, things like that.
Yeah, I've always said though, like, if I'm ever blessed enough to be on the public stage, if you will, like like,
do you bring your? I mean, like how open are you with your relationship there?
That's what I was gonna say. I think I would be more so like a J. Cole and a Kendrick Lamar. I don't want to share a lot, and if I do, I'm sharing something every so often, very, very rarely, because I don't think it needs to be broadcasted. I mean, and obviously there's many celebrities out there who broadcast it for the right reasons and things like that. But lots of people, as you know, broadcast it just to broadcast it, and are broadcasting stuff that's not even what they're really going through in real life. You know what I mean? Yeah. So for me, I think it will be more kept on the low.
Why is that? Why? Because I'm the same. I'm very much public figure, private person in relationships. I would like to, like, there's a part of me that loves like sharing it, but I feel like it's like the people that know are gonna know I'm in a relationship, because I'm like, I don't move in a physical sense like, oh, I'm keeping this super under wraps. But I think just for social media, for my brand, at least for me, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, that's business
branding.
It's branding. Like, it's way more
because
business.
I think
it's not like real life. So it's like,
exactly.
I don't like it for the I don't like it for the aspect of people having like this microscope on my life. I just don't really need that. And so I don't know if I ever get to that point where I just want to share my relationship so openly with people.
Absolutely. And I view it like what we talked about earlier. Like I take Instagram. I take Instagram and other social media platform breaks pretty often. I try to, because it's like I look at it as like when I'm going to a concert. Like I know some people like to have their phones out all concert and want to record the whole thing and stuff like that. I try not to do that because I want to live in the moment, and that's how I view my relationships too. Like if I'm trying to post every single thing we do and posting all these dates and posting every time I'm with you and all this stuff, am I really living in the moment? Am I really
No,
trying
not
to
at all.
grow in a relationship? Exactly. So that's for me why I would stay more private, is because I'm really trying to focus on the relationship that's really just between me and you at the end of the day. Like none of these tens of millions of Instagram followers are ever going to be a part of your relationship
At the end of the day,
So
right? And it's
who
like I think
cares?
Will and Jada think that they're doing a service. You know what I'm saying? A service to us by like offering this, and hopefully it is giving voice and giving confidence to some people that are going through this and maybe work through this in their marriage. But I think
Right.
also it could just be, again, just a little TMI. And again,
Yeah.
nobody asked in a
Exactly.
sense. And we have to remember, Will is here to just sell a book, new memoir coming.
That's all it is.
Since the
I got
box office
I got a
numbers ain't
question.
been hitting quite like they once were. So
That's
I'm
true,
sorry,
man. No shade, and I love
No,
Will, but I
no-
can't think of
no
the last
shade,
good movie
love-
that's been in outside of Aladdin. And he wasn't even a star of that movie. So
you know, like that's just the honesty here. So
yeah. I got a question for you though. Talking
shoot.
about public-private relationships.
Yeah.
If you are in a public relationship, and I think this may be in any relationship,
Yeah.
honestly, but we're just talking about it since we're talking about public relationships.
Mhm.
If you're in a public relationship or a public figure, should I say, and we're talking about living more of the private life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like at that point, or do you feel like your woman would feel like at any point that since you aren't posting her because of the society we live in, do you feel like you'll be, keeping her a secret? or
I've
anything
seen that ruin some relationships.
Yeah.
Has
And
it gotten the point that it's ruined mine? Not so much.
Right.
But I don't seek partners like that. Like I don't seek
Sure.
I don't seek
Yeah.
partners that live,
That one
you
that
know,
you posted.
like
on the
I
date.
look for partners that their relationship with social media is very similar to mine. Like, hey, this is branding, this is what it is, what we got is what we
100.
got, and what the world got is what the world got. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I like that. That feels like it feels like an us against the world kind of thing. And
Yeah.
even if that means us having an open relationship in private, or us doing whatever the hell we do in private.
And I just think I asked that question, and maybe this is a question for the women, and I would love to bring some of our female listeners on to ask this question genuinely asking.
Yeah.
Because you see a lot of females posting a lot of public quote unquote relationships, relationship goals, me and somebody's son and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I just wonder if you're in a relationship where you're not being posted, or if your husband or your boyfriend is a public figure, do you feel like he should post you more? Do you have any type of feelings because you're not getting posted? Would you feel away? You know what I mean? I would just be interested to hear like the feedback on that. Because for me, I'm on the same page with you. Like I'm looking for somebody who doesn't care about that, because I want to focus on us. But if you would, I would love to hear, the different perspective on it.
Yeah. Period. Hey.
Yeah, for sure.
Look, we got to take a break. Great conversation on
Amazing.
Will and Jada in public relationships. We want to know your thoughts at Unfiltered Gems Podcast everywhere. Quick break, and when we come back, Ryan's favorite segment, man. He got to get the jingle for us this time. The new Studio 54 is here, y'all. If you love disco music, house music, funk, R&B, all of those genres are played and they go crazy at Capacity Dance Party. Hosted and curated by myself, Malcolm Alexander, every single party features one of LA's best DJs and myself spinning nothing but the best dance music around, spreading across all decades. So, to get info and tickets on the next Capacity Dance Party, head over to CapacityDanceParty.com and follow us on social media at Capacity Dance Party. All right, need to get my buffer. Because today for No Filter, I am moderating the bout between Ryan Hale, who is pretty much just making it known that he just loves the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich so much. He thinks it is the superior chicken sandwich, and in the superior chicken sandwich wars, there could only be one. Chick-fil-A or Popeyes, right? So No Filter today. We're going to get some help, not just from Ryan, who is going to make his case for what Chick-fil-A does for him and what the sandwich and how it adds value to his life, his taste buds, to his spirit. You seem to have a very visceral reaction to the Chick-fil-A chicken.
Yeah, I do, and we'll get into that, and I'll keep this brief because I know we got to get a couple listeners on.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna let you slide in and slide out of here without giving your answer either. I don't know who told you that you're gonna be moderating. None of that. You're gonna have to give your opinion as well. I'll let
that's
you
what
wait.
we agreed on.
I know we got some people waiting.
Yeah, we got people waiting. I want to bring them up.
Good
We're
for
taking
you.
live callers for the first
We're
time.
not letting you get out of here.
We're taking live callers. First up, bringing in my brother Tremont Turner. He's going to be joining in to weigh in on what he thinks is the superior chicken sandwich. Because we have to know, and maybe I'll give my answer. A little later. Hi, brother. How you doing?
Tremont, what up?
Hello there. What's going on, guys?
Look, man, we're weighing right now the superior chicken sandwich. It's Popeyes versus Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
100% Tremont. And before you get out of here, man, I'll send over your address so I can send you over a fruit basket. Just want to make sure we got you taken care of for coming on here and answering correctly, because there's only one right answer here.
Hey, it's very subjective. I don't know. I don't know if it's just a landslide victory for Chick-fil-A here. Tremont,
why Chick-fil-A though?
Yeah,
Tremont?
why Chick-fil-A, Tremont?
Okay, so it's kind of a bittersweet answer. So I would say Chick-fil-A because Chick-fil-A, it just has this certain kind of love to it. Like, you put the hate for the LGBTQIA aside, which unfortunately is like, dang, there's that hate, but it's just so juicy and good, and
it's like the juices hit the taste buds. It really makes you forget about the bigotry in every single time.
Oh,
and I mean, they give you all the sauces you could want, and they all so good. Your sandwich is gonna be steaming and stuff, but also it's kind of like when you think Popeyes, you think black people. Chick-fil-A is like white people. Not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm just saying. Popeyes.
I'm just saying Chick-fil-A is kind of like bigoted gentrified chicken, where Popeyes is
wait a
cultured
second.
chicken.
Wait a second. That's not 100% true.
That's kind of what.
It's my pleasure for me. It's my pleasure for me. Okay. It's my pleasure for me.
No. Dude, he was booking. He was booking it next to the car.
Yeah, he was.
Hey, what I forget? He goes, hey, I was about to say, it's been a great day serving you.
I mean, you don't see a line like crazy with Popeyes like that. Well, when the chicken sandwich first.
I'm sorry. Have you not gone to the one on Sentinel and La Brea in Inglewood? I mean, there's a line at that Popeyes all the time.
I'm not trying to go there.
One Popeyes.
Okay, it's great.
One Popeyes.
I'm just saying, it's pretty good.
Tremont,
Only one Popeyes?
Right.
Tremont,
you hit the nail right in the head.
Look, hey, Tremont, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, brother.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Adios.
Peace.
All right, so that's one for the right answer.
Oh my God!
Honestly,
all right. Look,
that's all we need. Honestly.
No. I think we need to bring up just like one more, just like one more answer, okay?
Okay.
I got my brother. This is my brother from another mother right here, okay? This is the bad mother. Shut your mouth. This is
I'm just talking about
DJ Chaos, Calando Bastille,
Hey
Jones. What's poppin'?
What up, Chaos?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Look,
Yeah,
man, look, we're smack up in the middle of the no filter segment. We are weighing the superior chicken sandwich. All right, we are pitting Chick-fil-A versus Popeyes, and our last caller was very partial to Chick-fil-A. The resounding answer was that it's more gentrified chicken compared to Popeye's culture chicken.
That's not what he said.
However, it seems that Ryan has 1 point here, for he is an advocate for Chick-fil-A. I want to know, who do you feel has the superior chicken sandwich and why?
Popeyes. And listen, there's definitely a distinction between the two. Popeyes,
right.
You can just eat it. You open that wrapper, you take it out, and you just go. You don't have to do anything extra. You don't have to add anything extra. When you have Chick-fil-A, you got to get some Chick-fil-A sauce or whatever kind of sauce you prefer, but you have to add things to it.
So
in order for it to hit, you got to add extra to it. So it's like going to, going to cousin Becky's house And Becky,
Nah,
you know,
Becky.
she made a nice dish, but Becky doesn't really season
don't
a
season
lot
well.
because, you know, maybe some of her kids might be allergic or who knows. So she don't add a lot of seasoning. So it's like, okay, cool. And she gives you all the little seasonings to put on it. And then once you doctor it up, it's cool.
Then it's hitting.
That's Chick-fil-A.
Ooh.
Popeyes, you just rip that thing open, you take a
You just
bite,
eat
and you
fried,
looking for the next
period.
person to slap.
Period.
Chaos. It sounds to me, Chaos, like time is an issue for you because it sounds like that's
Don't
your
come,
biggest.
don't come at this listener, okay?
No.
No.
has
It
nothing to
sounds
do
like
with time.
his issue is
Are you
time.
attacking the
No.
same
If you had
character?
I
more
don't mind-
time, you had more time to get your sandwich right, then I think you would enjoy it more. That's
no.
all I'm saying. So I
Here's
want to
the
make
thing.
things easier for you. Clear your schedule. I'm gonna take you to Chick-fil-A myself.
Okay.
Let's get you the sandwich and let's
And
have
then-
what you need.
Okay, but here's the
Popeye's not
thing.
getting it done, bro.
Here's the thing. Popeyes is getting it done when you want something that you can open, enjoy right away.
Come on. We're
Yes,
on the move.
Chick-fil-A is cool, but when it comes to the flavor, the spices,
You got to take
all
your time with Chick-fil-A.
herbs.
Popeyes gives you a quality.
So Chaos, what you're
Chicken
saying
sandwich.
though is Popeyes is the more time efficient go-to
Again,
sandwich. But
time
it's
has
not the
nothing to
better.
do with flavor.
it's
So you
taste.
think the overall flavor is better than Chick-fil-A?
The
That's what
flavor
you're telling me.
profile, yes. The flavor
Come on,
profile
flavor
of
profile. Come on.
Popeyes
Somali
is
eggs for
much
chicken
more
sandwiches.
enjoyable to the taste buds.
Man.
It is much more
My
delightful
man sit
to
here
the
with the chicken sandwich
to,
talk about there's
Yes,
a note
yes.
of marination here.
I taste a little
It's-
paprika.
A paprika, yes. Actually, this is more than a KFC batch of random flavors.
You're stupid.
Is this 5 Chinese spices?
I'm just saying it's not about time, brother. I mean, even if I have the day off and I want a chicken sandwich, I'm
going to
not going to
Popeyes.
Chick-fil-A first. I'm going to Popeyes if I can get there.
Come on.
Well, Chaos,
Look,
my dear brother, I'm glad that you're
Chaos,
here because I
thank
want to
you,
say a
man.
quick prayer before we let him go. Let him pray for him before we let him go because
Come
he
on,
has
let's-
lost his way. We need to lead him back to the light. Chaos.
Wow. Listen, I'm not knocking Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches are good, but I'm just saying there's a few extra steps you may need to take in order for it to slap the way you need it to slap. Popeyes is just coming, they kicking in the door. Bam! Slapping people. Bam!
Kicking in the door.
That's just, they come out slapping you. You're like, flavor. Like, oh, it's delicious. But whereas, you know what I'm saying? Chick-fil-A just opens up. Hey, everybody. I'm here.
I'm
nice.
Oh,
I'm
man.
chicken sandwich.
It's way too
And
kind.
it's my
The flavor
brother's
profile is way
spicy.
too kind.
It's my brother's spicy deluxe. But he's not too spicy. Don't worry about it. How's everybody doing today? Popeyes come in. They ain't here for all that. They're not asking names. They don't want to know who you are. They just like, you gonna get this flavor. And it's just, and next thing you know, you're like, oh man, oh. You know what I'm saying? You might have a black eye when you're done.
You're doing a good job of selling people on it.
I'm just telling you.
Thank you. Look, we got to
That's
keep it
hilarious.
pushing. Chaos, thank you so much for the live call, brother. This has been so
No problem.
Thank you, man.
I am so weak.
All right,
Thank you so much, King. Appreciate you.
late.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm just saying, I think some really good arguments were made today.
Well, it sounds to me though, throughout both of these callers, that you are leaning towards Popeyes. That's what it sounds.
Am
like.
I?
Yeah,
Am I?
based
I
on
don't
based
know.
on your comment.
I think there's a lot of factors to check here, right?
we don't got time for all them factors. Who you
Flavor
going with?
profile, company values.
Okay.
You know,
Not no company values. What
company
you talking
values. Company values matter where I eat. You think I'm just gonna put anything?
Gosh.
You think I want to eat some homophobic chicken?
I'm not about to do this with you. Who, Chick-fil-A or Popeyes?
I'm gonna go with the hood. I'm gonna put on the hood. I'm
Yeah,
putting on
do it.
Popeyes.
All right, Sarah, our producer. We got like a minute. I need you to come in here and break this tie if you so kindly would. And let's just get out of here with the victory, Sarah. I don't even know what you're gonna say, but I feel like in my spirit of discernment,
Sarah's a noble woman. She is a noble
Yeah.
woman.
in my
she-
spirit, I feel like you're going with the Chick-fil-A anointing. So
I believe that she might be partial to the hood, but I mean, I'm
Sarah.
here for it.
No question, without a doubt, hands down, Chick-fil-A.
thank you, Sarah.
All day.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. These people lost,
I
Sarah.
love
They're lost.
chicken just like everybody else. But to the seasoning point, Chick-fil-A seasons their
Our
chicken
fire.
with crack
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
because I have to have it. I don't have to have Popeyes. Yes, it's a good
Facts.
chicken sandwich. It's solid fried
Mm.
chicken. Okay, it is
Mm.
not calling me to come back, like
Mhm.
an actual craving that I
Yep.
need to fulfill.
100% Sarah. And what I forgot to tell my brother Chaos, so if you're still listening, Chaos, listen to this. What I forgot to tell you is that spicy chicken sandwich is good only because they got the sauce already on the sandwich. That's the only
at
reason
Popeyes?
why. Yes, the
Yeah.
Popeye's original chicken sandwich is not good at all. Not good
Yeah,
at
no,
all.
I always get the spicy. I always.
And
get
why
the
is that? Because of the
spicy.
sauce.
But I get the spicy of Chick-fil-A too.
Yeah, but okay. And the spicy but the spicy Chick-fil-A sandwich has the sauce on there or no? I can't remember. Because I usually get the regular one.
No, none of Chick-fil-A's have sauce. You
That's
can
what I
have
thought.
sauce, all of them.
Oh, it does, Sarah?
Oh, I think
Oh.
her service in and out.
Dang,
Sarah,
yeah,
thank you
'cause
so much to our producer. We
thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you,
Look,
Sarah.
we got to get out of here. It's been an absolute hoot for episode 4.
Not a hoot.
It's been a hoot. It has been a whole hoot, man. For Unfiltered Gems, my name is Malcolm Alexander.
And I am Ryan Hale. Per usual, go to any one of your social media platforms that are still up and running and follow us at Unfiltered Gems Podcast. Be sure to leave us a comment or a like on the video. Hit that follow button and let us know who you riding with, Chick-fil-A or Popeyes. But most importantly, hit that follow button to stay up to date with everything that we're doing on Unfiltered Gems.
Hey, appreciate y'all for listening. Peace.